Good evening, Super Metroid fans! That's right, this is it. 100% tournament, grand finals, four-way race with the most esteemed, celebrated, superlative speedrunners you've ever seen. It gives me great pleasure to bring you this race. I am the Hockey Towner, and I'm not alone. Oh no. We have the Titan of technical acumen, the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, the man of the hour, Maniacal42. What is going on, Maniacal?
Yo, Hockey. I do not think that I can live up to that intro that you provided for me and for all of us here. But what can live up to it is this lineup we've got tonight, my dude. I am so fired up, so pumped, so unbelievably excited for what we are about to see.
I find it completely believable how unbelievably excited you are, Maniacal. This has been building for weeks through the qualifying, through everything that has brought the runners here. We're just going to do a brief introduction. In the upper left-hand corner, we have the man himself. He's styling, profiling. He's been lighting up the leaderboards for years. He out here dripping in finesse. We have OatsnGoats. And right next to him on the right, a runner that also needs no introduction, but he's going to get one anyway. He's known from coast to coast like butter and toast. The one, the only Zoast. In the lower left-hand corner, a relative newcomer, but he's absolutely set the world on fire, first with reverse boss order, but tonight you will see him run the bosses in the intended order. We have the incredible ShinyZeni. And coming to us all the way from across the pond in the lower right corner, we have a man who has absolutely demolished every world record there is, and then some, Behemoth87. So, we're already in a series station, but I'm not finished, Maniacal, because I want to know, are you ready, SpeedGaming? Are you ready for this race?
If you're asking SpeedGaming, they don't look ready. I know I'm not ready. Nobody is ready but the four runners who are in series station. But we're dealing with it. We're gonna have to deal with it. But Hockey, let me tell you something. There's a little extra pressure on for these runners tonight. In addition to possibly the best race lineup we have seen in Super Metroid in years, these runners are competing for $1,950 in prizes between the four of them, with first place taking home an astonishing $1,000. All sourced from community donations. So I want to see this come down to an escape for $500, because first is $1,000 and second's $500. I think it's like 20 British pounds, but they're going to be fighting hard for it.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, Maniacal. The richest prize pool super speed running tournament has ever had. And look at this. Look at the serious times. 46.36 from Zoast, 46.23 from Behemoth, 46.35, only 100th of a second behind Zoast, and a 46.21 from ShinyZeni. Can you believe this start?
My dude, Hockey, this is what we're gonna have for the next hour. So I hope that your vocal cords hold up, friend, because Behemoth, with a 1:13.32, is leading the pace in PB. But Zeni right behind 1:13.57, Zoast with a newly minted 1:14.02, and Oats with a 1:14.38. These guys' PBs are within a minute, and they're the only four runners on the leaderboard with sub 1:15s.
That is absolutely astounding. I've never seen anything like this in what's going on 4.5 years of Super Metroid speedrunning viewing. I cannot believe this. Look at the parlors from these runners using that moonfall into the reverse climb, uncapping their fall speeds. Just look at this unfolding. Less than 3 minutes into the race, we haven't even picked up any major or minor items yet. And my goodness, we are just, it's almost a dead heat. This is unreal.
Yeah, I expect this to keep up, especially through the early game. But even still, there's so much big stuff in this run, and we're going to talk about hopefully all of it. But there's so much going on in this run that the runners could just lose seconds here and there, or pick up seconds here and there. And it's going to be just a wire-to-wire battle for these guys. Beautiful construction zones as they're headed in to pick up their first missile upgrades. And no one is more than a fanfare ahead right now.
Yeah, I'm trying not to let the moment take me. Maniacal, hand me a paper bag. I'm practically hyperventilating over here, and we're only 2 pickups into a 100 pickup game. 100% item collection is the category for this grand finals 4-way race. As Maniacal said, a cool $1,000 on the line for the first place winner, and it goes progressively down from there. 500 for second place, 300 for third, 150 for fourth. And because this was the richest prize pool ever in Super Metroid speedrunning tournament history, places 5 through 8 have already taken home $75. So we give them a huge round of applause, just like we will celebrate these runners when they cross the finish line.
Yeah, all these guys have already banked $150, but let's be honest. You show up here, you aren't satisfied with that. You want that first place, and these guys, I have never seen anything like it. These guys have been putting their all into this category for a month, basically, and if not longer even, and have really just been grinding and grinding, trying to compete for the top spot in this tournament, because frankly, it's worth it, right? We've seen a tournament draw out the top 4 leaderboard spots for this category, and all 4 of them made the finals, and we couldn't have drawn it up better, man. This is perfect as, BT Classic gets Zoast. But it looks like he was able to clean it up, get some drops in that second cycle, and it brings us back to sync.
Yeah, it looks like OatsnGoats now is kind of slipped into the lead here as he enters Parlor looking for that Alcatraz escape sequence. Behemoth87, the same perfect execution from all 3 of them. ShinyZeni now setting up for his Alcatraz escape. It's just the margin for winning or coming in second or any other place, like, it is razor thin. I hope everybody in chat understands this. As Maniacal said at the beginning, a minute separating all of their PBs. They are 1 through 4 on the leaderboards in this category. They are 1 through 4 in this grand finals. But just the little execution difficulties or successes are what are going to accumulate throughout this run. I think, Maniacal, you've got extensive experience in Hundo. You've definitely heard the phrase, this category described with the phrase, death by 1,000 cuts. So hopefully our runners don't get too sliced up and they're able to optimize all of their rooms all the way up until the escape sequence.
Yeah, there's right around 350-ish rooms to execute in this category. Just so much more content than you get out of a typical any percent run, which is why it takes roughly a half hour longer. And it's going to show. I mean, there's really complex strats, and we're going to see this first route divergence here in the Brinstar early supers, where they're going to deboost off this waiver, turn around and come back and collect the reserve, and 2 missiles over here, the Rompapel missiles, in the back of the Brinstar reserve area, and then they're going to go for a super sweet mock ball right out of here, much tighter than it looks, and I think they're all going to get it. These guys are just all in great shape. I don't think we've ever had a race with 4 runners all in such good shape for a category, all gunning for it, and all 1 through 4 on the leaderboard. Ever.
It's incredible. I mean, that's a trifecta of firsts for this tournament. This is absolutely sensational. Every runner getting the reverse mock ball out of the reserve tank to pick up the missile underneath the crumble blocks. Just, there's really not much I can say. We're just going to keep shouting into the microphone. Maniacal's going to dazzle you with the knowledge, with the incredible technical prowess, and it's just these runners' movement, their skill, their tenacity, their fearlessness, their devotion to their craft is going to speak for itself.
Yeah, we may see some slight divergence in strats here in Pink Bryn. We see lots of downbacks. We might see Zeni go for this Morph Ball weave. Oh, he went for it and left some bombs behind. That is an incredibly tight frame window. I think it's 3 or 4 successive, like 2-frame, one way, 3 frames, another type of inputs. It's so much tighter to weave that Morph Ball, but I know Zeni does love it. And we are into Green Hill Zone, and Oats hitting the gate with the P shot, not using the charge shot there that we just saw from Zeni to hit it. A little bit tighter of a frame window, but nails it nonetheless. And the runners are on to Red Tower, where we will see a slight divergence here. Zoast is going to go up to get power bombs. Everyone else is going to head down. So we're going to see this time made up a little bit later. Zoast is going to have some slightly different strats available to him, as he's able to use power bombs early in things like Kraid's Lair. He's not going to have to go back and get the Kraid missile later. And so it's roughly time neutral, but it is going to look like Zoast's behind for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. The route divergence is subtle, but like you said, Maniacal, Zoast's definitely going to be able to capitalize, getting those Kraid missiles while everybody else is going to have to come back for him. But everybody is just looking incredibly sharp so far, just really crisp. I would even go as far as to say quality, crisp movement from all these runners. You see Zoast sticking that D-boost out of Alpha PBs. He had a pair of really nice D-boosts through the Hellway. And how about OatsnGoats heading across into Kraid's warehouse? Really nice. He's right on Behemoth's heels. This match is so balanced. It's so close. There's not a clear favorite whatsoever. It really is anybody's game.
Yeah, everyone just playing out of their brains right now, and I think everyone's loving it as much as I am. Just watching these runners nail little thing after little thing, just all the door corrections, all the little optimizations that sometimes you don't notice, but we're just seeing every runner do all of them as we're into the first potential big time loss for 3 of our runners here at Kraid. Hopefully we see them all get the quick kill. They're all going to go for this 2-missile 3 super strat, I imagine. And, oh, Oats! Oats is going to reveal the bottom of Kraid.
We're going to prom, Maniacal. Last dance. We got one more track. DJ's spinning those tunes.
Yeah, and Behemoth has his various suit, as does Zeni, and Zoast is headed into Kraid's Lair, and oh, Oats is down to 1 missile, getting a little claw trolled there, needing to farm up and gonna have to use some charged Spazer shots here, but gets him down. And that's gonna be one of those ones that Oats is gonna have to bounce back from. Thankfully, it's a long run, and there's a lot more chunk time mistakes that can happen. And we'll see how Oats is able to rebound from missing Kraid like that.
Oh, no, absolutely. I think that the difference now, you could have excellent Fantoon, excellent Dragon, excellent Lower Norfair, could at least level up with these other runners. You see ShinyZeni grabbing that Janitor's Closet E-Tank, leaving Kraid's warehouse, but Behemoth is already heading down to Upper Norfair. Love that setup from Zoast, and then saw Hoda Ruby do this, the lag reduction. So a couple shots. He didn't take damage with the spike, so not exactly the same as Hoda Ruby. That's a very OG strat. Love to see it.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight that even though Oats had that trouble, he's going to be battling for 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Because there is that payout difference that's significant between every single finish rank. So this is a 4-way race, and it matters not just who wins, but who's 2nd, who's 3rd, who's 4th. because that payout difference is $150, $200, and then $500 as you move up the ladder.
Oh, no doubt about it, Maniacal. There's a lot of money on the line. They say money changes everything, but all it does for us is make for a tighter, more entertaining race as these incredible speedrunners are just laying it all out there. You can see just the devotion. You can see the incredible, like you said, these runners are in such excellent speedrun shape. They're definitely well practiced. So despite that little hiccup from OatsnGoats, I think he's definitely going to be able to capitalize through the rest of the run. We still have over an hour of this route ahead. So as long as we have no forgotten items, I don't think any of these runners will ever forget any items, not in a race of this magnitude. So Speed Gaming chat, strap yourselves in, get yourself your favorite beverage, get yourself a bowl of popcorn or some other snack, because we are in for the marathon. And this is already shaping up to be an absolutely incredible race.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Behemoth runs here in Bubble Mountain. We may see some slightly different strat choices. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for this tricky charge shot, kills King Cac, makes it through, and is able to double farm. We may see some right side Bubble Mountain here. It'll be interesting to see. This is one of those rooms where we can see some real strat divergence. And Zeni goes for getting around King Cac and just takes a bop there. So we've seen two strats, one successful in the second try.
It's just that close. I mean, like we said, razor thin margin for error. Those inputs have to be so precise and accurate. And now OatsnGoats summits Bubble Mountain, dethrones King Cac in a beautiful D boost as he heads up to get Speed Booster. Now, Maniacal, I've heard tell about the features of the Speed Booster, but I don't think anyone can describe it better than you do. Tell us all about the capabilities of this unique item pickup.
Well, it lets you build your fast and it lets you store your fast. It does two things well, and they're both fast. And so, since the runners already have high jump boots, it's all upside here with the Speed Booster today.
No doubt about it, Maniacal. These runners are going to unleash their stored fast multiple times throughout the run. We're even going to see some incredible blue suit and spike suit techniques later on in the run. They'll be able to leave the room with some stored fast. Don't have to worry about short charging at all. But all of that will make sense to all of you later on in the run. For now, we're just cleaning up Upper Norfair. All these runners getting their speed boosters, but we have OatsnGoats, Behemoth leaving double chamber, OatsnGoats through single chamber. ShinyZeni get the wave beam. OatsnGoats hot on their heels. He's really catching up.
Yeah, and just remember, Zoast, even though he's just now getting that speed booster, did go and get those early power bombs, and so he's going to have a little bit different of routing. He's going to look a little behind. Nice audio cue there for lag reduction off that power bomb usage, eliminating some of the lag in that doorway. And we're going to see that divergence here that we would normally expect in top tier versus not top tier 100% blown by, as all runners are going to elect for early ice beam. We see Behemoth the first one for that ice entry, and none of the runners are going to go visit Croc until after they have plasma beam today.
So we've heard that the setup for Ice Clip, getting that early Ice Beam, the runners do not have the grapple beam. So they will, like you said, Maniacal, they will fight Croc later on, but they won't be able to grapple that crumbling block outside of Spring Ball. They're going to have to set up a tricky movement technique known as the Ice Clip. But stay tuned for that. It's still a long ways away, but you see OatsnGoats going to grab his Ice Beam. Zeni's already just picking up now, I should say. Behemoth exiting with that really nice, crisp mock ball out of ice. Very well done.
And here we're going to see one of those power bomb strats from Zoast, where the other runners had to go through that morph ball puzzle and the bomb puzzle. Zoast is able to just power bomb and leave through the bottom left door. And so just little time saves like that make that early power bomb trip up Red Tower basically a wash. Zoast just likes it, and some other runners, just don't. It's so close to neutral. It's really a matter of preference, but we're seeing Zoast pursue some different strats as a result.
No question about it. The variety of Super Metroid speedrunning is incredible. They say variety is the spice of life. Variety in Super Metroid, unparalleled, you might say, but personal preference reigns supreme, as does save frames, balancing risk versus reward, as our runners take what is arguably one of the most arduous categories in this speed game. So we see Zoast now picking up his Ice Beam, but OatsnGoats setting up for that Alpha Spark. Let's see if he nails it. Perfect execution back into red, just outside Red Tower. But Behemoth and ShinyZeni looking really sharp. Tack sharp, you might say, as ShinyZeni deboosts across the Hellway. And Behemoth87 not forgetting those missiles. Of course not. These runners are way too skilled.
Yeah, this is just fantastic. We've been having a very great race between all of our runners so far, and we're coming up to one of those major points of RNG as the runners are getting ready to head over indirect ship. But first, we get all of the sweetness of these strats at Beta Power Bombs, as Behemoth shows us a Temp Blue or a Speed Keep strat. We'll see what the other runners choose to do. I love these Beta Power Bomb strats.
Oh, absolutely maniacal. That Speed Keep just looks so crisp, so well executed. Looks like ShinyZeni going for the same strat, picking up those Beta PBs.
Yeah, the movement from Zeni there, a little bit more conservative of a hop. I think he actually saved a few frames there in Beta Power Bombs. It was really beautiful to watch. Oats going for a more traditional power bomb strat there. I didn't catch what he was maining, if he went for something. Zoast also going for a speed keep, laying the power bomb early. Just lovely strats there.
You're absolutely right, maniacal. This beautiful movement from these runners. Lovely is certainly the word you could use to describe them, and I believe you did. Highly accurate assessment. As Behemoth87, though, first to reach the wreck ship. How about this? Just flying through that wreck ship door on his way down to have a little chat with the ghost with the most any percent reset runs. And that is Fantoon, the boss of the wreck ship.
Yeah, I mean, it would be germane to everyone's interests here to point out that Behemoth not only holds and has held the world record in this category for quite some time, but also just recently set a new world record in this category as recently as 2 days ago. So he is in prime shape.
Absolutely. Coming off of a PB, consolidating his world record. Let's see what sort of Fantoon patterns have. We hope that the RNG gods are on the side of all four of these runners. Although it is 100% items, our runners are going into these Fantoon fights with relatively low energy, so we'll definitely keep our fingers crossed for them.
Yeah, and pointed out in the chat, Zeni took a bit of a hit from the Covern there, and we'll see if that has any influence. Behemoth, unfortunately, with the slow, and looks like a slow Fantoon trying to help it out for OatsnGoats and Zoast here. We'll see what sort of patterns. I can't even keep track of these patterns, Hockey.
Oh my goodness, yeah, the patterns, maniacal, the patterns. The ghosts are just swirling around our screens. How can we do anything? But Behemoth87 has busted the ghost. First to do so. ShinyZeni looked to connect on his first Doppler. Couldn't get those missiles to land, but he's got a color change on Fantoon. Second Doppler looked a little sharper. See what's in for OatsnGoats and Zoast, as they're practically synced up here.
Yeah, and Zoast losing that Doppler there. We'll see if he gets a right mid here, or if he gets punished with the right slow. Nope, he gets the right mid. That's what he was looking for. And going for a little bit of an air Doppler didn't quite work out. And, oh, left slow coming up. Unless we get the rare mid. Rare mid!
Rare mid!
Rare mid!
And OatsnGoats finishes off Fantoon second, but Zoast and Zeni are locked in mortal combat. We have almost synchronized ghost busting by Zoast and Zeni. My goodness, the alliteration. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I think that was a 5 round there for Zoast. That's not what you're looking for, but closing it out on that rare mid. Just what a moment, man. What a moment. So thank you for being here with me on that one, Hockey.
Oh, absolutely, Maniacal. There's no one I'd rather have in a grand finals of a tournament like this than Maniacal42. He brings incredible commentary, color analysis, play-by-play, deep game knowledge. I think you're fantastic. And I think this race has been fantastic. We are nearing the 25-minute mark at as fast as time will allow us to go. And these runners still have a lot of wreck ship cleanup to do. You see Behemoth heading across to get that wreck ship E-tank. We've already got those right side supers. This has just been phenomenal speed running, an absolute display of skill, more than just an exhibition, a grand finals championship match. I gotta open up dictionary.com, thesaurus.com. Those aren't plugs. I have no affiliation with them, but my goodness, my words are gonna run out before the 30-minute mark. I don't believe it.
Yeah, and so I wanted to point it out. I didn't quite get to there when Behemoth was in the wreck ship E-tank room, but we have Oats coming up on it right here in just a moment. We're going to see one of the reasons that this early ice beam route is so challenging. The runners are going to need to bomb jump across right there. You saw it on the top left from Oats. Perfectly done, not even using a slower setup, just going right into it. And we're going to see it here from Zoast and coming up from Zeni as well. Beautifully done. And we are 4 for 4. All of them not even taking the safe bomb jumps, just going straight in on it and nailing it. But that is one of the tricks that you have to hit to make this early ice route faster than early grapple.
It's absolutely sensational stuff from all 4 of these runners. We'd expect them to pull out all the stops, not to let the moment cloud their judgment. Balance, like we said, balancing that risk versus reward, going for esoteric and increasingly difficult strats. It's just really impressive to see this kind of race finally at the culmination of what has been an incredible 100% tournament. And looks like OatsnGoats into attic here with a beautiful speed keep. Really nice attic, unlocks the door. Let's see Zeni now into the attic. What's he got in his arsenal of speed tech?
Yeah, very cool attics from all of our runners. This tournament started off 74 deep. We had 74 unique runners come out for qualifiers in this. 48 made it to brackets, and we're down to the final 4 now, and these guys have earned it.
There's no doubt about that. They've earned it, Maniacal. Top 4. If you're just tuning in, Speed Gaming, we have the top 4 on the 100% Super Metroid leaderboard. We have the top 4 seeds entering the Super Metroid 2020 100% item collection tournament. And we have these top 4 right here, right now in the grand finals. It's almost too much, Maniacal. It's almost, the moment is almost too much.
I couldn't agree more, Hockey. We saw Behemoth into bowling, shooting some charge shots down and right, going for a strat called Robot Flusher, and it sounded like he got it. We'll see what happens if these worker robots are in his way or not. It's a very, very tough strat, and we're going to see all runners go for it. It's definitely one of those ones where if you mess it up, it's almost not worth going for, but Behemoth nailed it perfectly.
Let's go.
That's an incredibly tight setup and just very tough strat. I cannot overstate how nuanced that and how specific these shots are. You do get a little bit of extra help from Spazer. One of the few times you'll ever hear me say that. But it looked like Oats went for it, and we had Zoast go for it and Zeni, and we'll see if they all got it.
Now, it's interesting here, too. Zoast did elect to get those early power bombs by climbing up Red Tower, so he's already got the crate E-tank. So Zoast, even though he's at bowling with OatsnGoats and Zeni, he, for right now, for our purposes, is ahead of both of them. But Behemoth87 is just setting a blistering pace right now. He is like Usain Bolt mixed with the world's greatest marathon runner right now. How about OatsnGoats consolidating his robot flush? That's excellent to see. And same with Zoast. Zeni got 1 out of 2. That's not bad at all. So he's able to put that other robot in its place and grab that missile pack.
Yeah, we got 7 out of 8 robots flushed. And that's like 9 out of 10 dentists agreeing. That was marvelous. That's just the best thing I've seen all day.
Absolutely. I'd say 9 out of 10 robots say beep borp, beep beep borp, but just that one outlier. But that's okay. We will recover. We'll find a way.
Yeah, Behemoth is having a monster of a run, but we cannot not remind you that Zoast did have that early power bomb, so he will be saving a little bit of time not having to go back to Kraid's lair. I would say Behemoth right now, clear lead, but it's not as clear cut as it may look. Zoast does have some hidden time save, some super secret time save coming up.
Super secret, double secret probation time save, you might say.
We're gonna see if Behemoth can get the back gauntlet spark, and not getting the blocks out of the way. We'll see if anyone else can pull this off. It is the forbidden tech, as it were.
The forbidden
we cannot talk about
tech. You know, during the semifinal match that I casted, it was ShinyZeni versus the legendary Hoda Ruby. ShinyZeni did nail that trick, and yeah, go back and watch the chat because it's some really entertaining stuff in there. But right now, this is the main event. This is the entertainment we've been waiting for.
Yeah, who needs to master the spark when you've mastered every other room in the game? Let's be honest. We'll see if the other runners are able to pull this off. They're all sort of lining up their exposition into the spark so that they'll end their spark at just such a position that they will be perfectly positioned to go for this short charge. Oats got a nice spark end. Zoast not even going for it. Oats is looking good. Can we get it?
Yeah! Let's go!
That is flashy and just as difficult as it looks.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The it's now currently known as the back of gauntlet spark. I think that's what Sire called it. For contractual purposes, we can't tell you what it's actually called.
That's okay.
But
we saw Oats get
how
it,
about Oats
and we know.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows, and everybody should know by now that these runners are certainly the top 4 in this category. Behemoth87 just blazing right now, already into the bottom of Green Bridstar. But OatsnGoats and Zoast are locked in battle. ShinyZeni into just past Terminator, I should say, and heading into Green Bridstar. This is just phenomenal so far.
Yeah, and I love that moonfall through Green Bryn that we just saw on Oats' screen. And I also love the runners don't go all the way to the left to the door. They line up a little far off so that the wave shot can still hit it, but they can get better speed into the room. It's just these little things that the runners are all doing that are just so nuanced about this category and save frames here and there. And they're not gaining them on one another because they're all doing these things.
Absolutely, the execution has been on point. I mean, it's really tough to make up time when you're racing against basically your best contemporaries in this speed game. And like you said, Maniacal, like we've heard 100% item collection in Super Metroid described as death by 1,000 cuts, but these runners are going to take first instead of second or second instead of third based on, you know, the consolidation of thousands, I would say thousands of little tiny execution, like you said, nuanced execution dependent tricks. Like, it's just the optimized rooms are staggering. It's absolutely staggering.
Yeah, and we just saw a wonderful series of room strats converted by a Behemoth. You know, we've been focusing on the flashy things, and, you know, Mission Impossible also pretty flashy, but just watching room after room, Behemoth is carving this game up, and it's awesome. Watching him cut the game, not the game cut him for once.
No question about it, Maniacal. We have all 4 runners back into Pink Brinstar, Big Pink to be specific. Are we going to see a Mission Impossible?
Here it comes for Oats. He's got the setup. It looks good. It's hard to miss from this point, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh, yes! How about Zoast and Zeni simultaneous Mission Impossibles? Zoast has got it with the D-Boost exit. And Zeni's got it too. My goodness, this is incredible.
4 for 4. I feel like 4 for 4 is just going to be the theme of this VOD. Is these guys are just nailing everything that isn't the Kraid Quick Kill and Fantoon. Boss fights don't matter in Hundo, guys. Don't worry about it.
I don't believe it. 4 for 4 will be the phrase of the day, Maniacal. Truer words have never been spoken on a Super Metroid tournament broadcast as that. This is, like I said, I keep saying it. First, I couldn't stop saying unbelievable. Now I can't stop saying this is almost too much. It's almost too much, but it'll never be too much. Not for this crowd, not for these runners, not for these commentators sharing the booth once again, shaking the world, shaking the airwaves. Just what a wonderful race so far as we approach the 35-minute mark.
And Behemoth with a lovely clip out of Charge Beam. That he is so consistent at that Charge Beam clip just blows my mind. And a nice mock ball here into the tube missiles. We'll see if everyone else gets their Charge Beam clips. That is a tricky clip. You have to do it blind, and it's a lot like the wreck ship ceiling clip, but actually much, much tougher to set up.
Oats into Waterway, ShinyZeni right behind him, Zoast into Waterway as well to pick up that well-hidden E-Tank.
Yeah,
but this is going to be it. We're looking for it, Maniacal. We're looking for 4 for 4.
If we go 4 for 4 on charge clip, I don't know. I might lose it. I might just be completely over. Yo,
let's go.
Oh, Zoast did not get it.
Zoast was very close, though. He went for it for sure.
So
and went to 3. You know what? 75%.
That's better than ain't bad, if I'm to believe Meatloaf. So we'll take it.
Always believe Meatloaf, but can you believe the tight short charge from Behemoth to get those Main Street missiles? He's already into Meridia. Our other runners are into Green Hill Zone, and it's neck and neck for them, but Behemoth setting an incredible pace, busting out to a huge lead now.
Yeah, Behemoth is already into the Totori room, the beloved Mama Turtle, not even harassing the babies, doesn't need to, just sparks up, grabs that E-Tank, gonna go get these missiles out of the wall. This is another room where we might see some slight divergence, but sadly no grapple strats available because we are running early ice.
Oh, no doubt about it, Maniacal. I'd like to give a brief shout out to semi-finalist Sloters27 with some incredible grapple strats in Mama Turtle. We love to see it. I hope he's tuning in. I hope he's having an excellent evening, enjoying this grand finals of the Super Metroid 100% item collection tournament. Main Street missile pickup for OatsnGoats and Zoast. Let's see Zeni now. Boom! All 4 runners with beautiful Main Street setups and execution.
Yeah, all these runners are... They came to play. They came to game. And we are seeing it. We are the benefactors of their game.
Whoever wins, the crowd is going to be the real winner because they have gotten to see such an incredible race so far. We've got over half the E-Tanks picked up. Mama Turtle for all 3 of our runners here, duking it out for second, third place. But assuming Behemoth continues to gain time.
Yeah, Behemoth is quietly nailing that jump morph there through the beach area, or I guess whatever it is into Watering Hole. I think it's still the beach. I don't actually know the name of that crappy room with the terrible speedball on the way out. Oh, and Oats breaking spin there and getting guarded by the crab a little bit. That's a little unfortunate.
It was a nice recovery, though. He managed to kind of bend his spin jump around that crab to grab those eponymous crab super missiles.
Yeah, and nice little mock ball there from Behemoth on the way out. And those rooms are some of the hardest rooms I find personally in 100% that are outside of Torian. Just deceptively tricky geometries.
Oh, no question about that. I think Meridia might be the most technically demanding section. Certainly the most maze-like and confusing, especially to a novice such as myself. But how about Zoast sticking that D-boost off the fish to enter and grab those beach missiles? Now everybody heading to the watering hole. Everybody that's not Behemoth. Behemoth is already setting up against that water snake, Batwoon, looking for that one round. Executes perfectly on a tough pattern with a missed super missile, but my goodness, Behemoth able to capitalize and just rip apart Batwoon. Great fight.
Yeah, we see he's not grabbing that Batwoon E-Tank. It's not because he's planning on getting 99%. He'll be back for that one later. It's a little faster to grab it later, where you can get this full halfie and full run speed through the room the first time. And as we see, he nailed it. Lovely full halfie from Behemoth. I expect we'll see all of the runners get that. That's right in these guys' skill sets, but still a very tight trick, very impressive to see.
Well, here we are, Maniacal, going up against the Queen Shrimp herself, Dragon. Behemoth the first to do so, as you said, nailing that full halfie. Our other runners have still got to get to the water snake, but Behemoth going to open an absolute can on Dragon with this 1-2 punch, Shine Spark X Factor combination.
Yeah, Behemoth used a running or audio cue jump setup. Zoast with that newfangled decalled setup that we all love so much. And I didn't even catch what happened on those left two, but we have some synced Batwoon syncing. And it was lovely. It was lovely. It looked like they got the same patterns.
It did, and I think we all had one round, 4 for 4 1-round Batwoons. And how about this Dragon from Behemoth? How about this full halfie from Zoast? OatsnGoats and ShinyZeni look like they're gonna get it too. Oh no, the paralyzer.
Is that 7 out of 8 again? Is that what we just saw?
We just saw the 7 out of 8, 87.5. I don't believe it.
We were so close.
So very, very close indeed. Can we go for 4 for 4 clean, effective Dragon fights?
Yeah, and a nice Womple spark here from Behemoth as he sparks back through Coliseum.
I don't believe it. The Womple spark. Incredible. Yeah, incredible.
Using up that spark suit. Oh, and Zoast a little early on that spark, gonna have to use some ammo to clean up. Thankfully, it's 100%, and we've got boatloads of ammo, but he's gonna have to go for the backup spike suit here. And little off there. Looks like he's gonna give it another go as Oats gets his spark and blue suit, and Zoast is going to forego any sort of spark suit, and Behemoth with a lovely temp blue drop there in the soft lock that is Aqueduct.
Incredible stuff. ShinyZeni with a brilliant Dragon fight, finishing off Dragon with that Shine Spark and then consolidating into a spike suit. Looks like Oats is going to hold on to that blue suit, looking for that reverse full halfie.
Zoast with the classic Womple jump.
Now that is just classy and classic Womple jump from Zoast. Love to see it. But OatsnGoats and ShinyZeni showing off that reverse full halfie into the Moonfall drop back
and
into
hockey. Sorry, but here comes one of those much beloved tricks as Behemoth gets his ice clip into Batwoon's lair. Or Shacktool's lair. Oh my god. No more Batwoons. No more bad hitbox. Botwoon is dead.
Long
And we
live
have
Shack
ice-clipped
Tool.
the Shack Tool. And Zeni gets his drop. And Oats not going for it. Just gonna run around the long way. It's all good. Doesn't lose much time.
This has definitely lived up to the hype, and it has exceeded expectations of what Super Metroid speedrunning tournaments can be. Like we said at the beginning, Maniacal, richest prize pool, top 4 runners in the leaderboards and in the seeding in the tournament. Just remarkable stuff. Behemoth87 first to spring ball. Zoast looking exceptionally sharp, having left the sand pit, picking up both those items.
Yeah, all the runners playing excellently. Zoast getting his setup for the ice clip. I was going to say he was stuttering there, but he was on the right pixel. And we see Oats is getting ready for it. Zeni already has ice clipped. Are we going to go 4 for 4? Yes. Yes, Oats is.
I don't believe it. Maniacal, that was unbelievable.
You better believe it, Hockey, because you just saw it happen, sir.
Oh, I can't believe it. Let me rub my eyes. I don't believe I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Our runners get a little break here at Shack Tool, but Behemoth heading up to Plasma. Let's see those brilliant Plasma Room strats. Talk about diversification of strats. Love to see great Plasma Room strats.
Yeah, Plasma Room has recently seen a little bit of a renaissance. Some new strat development in Plasma Room. It'll be interesting to see what the runners choose to do here. This can be down to a 9-second and change room now, as opposed to the old, I believe it was 10 and 11 second strats. And Behemoth going for that newfangled strat, and as best I could tell from my smooth brain, he nailed it.
Absolutely. That looked clean and fast. And now all of our runners, 4 out of 4 of our runners have the spring ball. It's time to see some incredible movement utilizing that spring ball, especially once we get to Lower Norfair.
I'm just waiting on these Plasma Rooms as Zoast and Zeni are almost synced up the toilet. And Behemoth doing reverse Cack Attack Alley. I love the strats in this room. We'll see him do a nice little hitbox there to clear that ledge, and get a little Womple jump back into this same part of Meridia that we have seen 3 times now.
The 3rd time's the charm, though, because it'll be the last time we see it.
All right, here comes Plasma Room for Zoast and for Zeni, and Oats not far behind. Let's see what sort of strats we get. And Zoast missing the bottom pirate, has to do a little bit of a modification, but cleans it up nicely. Zeni picking up a little bit of time there, and Oats also going for it. Looks good. Nice.
Very nicely done.
And so many good strats, so many good runs. We definitely missed Behemoth going for that blue bomber in Aqueduct. We'll have to watch for that as he moonfalls down that sand pit.
That's just really wonderful stuff. These runners are able to carry on and execute all this very, very challenging speed tech deep into the run. We're almost to the 50-minute mark, Maniacal. I can't believe it. I feel like we just started.
This has gone by in a flash, Hockey. I've enjoyed every second of it, though.
If you want technically demanding and the absolute best strats, best room optimizations, look no further than this race. This will definitely be one that lives in the annals of Super Metroid speedrunning history. It's just been fantastic. Look at ShinyZeni. Beautiful blue bomber up Aqueduct. Just sensational stuff.
Yep. And Zoast with it as well. And Oats coming in. We went 4 for 4 on that.
Are you kidding me?
4 for 4, friend. And meanwhile, lovely Cradelair speedball entry. Unfortunately, we won't go 4 for 4 on this because Zoast doesn't have to come back here.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, we can only go 3 for 3 on that tech. But we saw Behemoth with a lovely double D boost as he was leaving, and just everyone playing out of their mind right now.
You got to think that these runners, I mean, what kind of paces are we going to be looking at, Maniacal, when we reach Torian? I mean, this is really, really close and really fast.
Yeah, and we can see now, once Behemoth is out of here, this is now a true lead for Behemoth on that elevator. It looked like a 47-39 elevator grab. So pretty chunky lead.
Whew, that's a spicy run from Behemoth87. My goodness gracious.
And here comes Oats double D. Oh, he missed the second Evere particle, unfortunately.
Just it's that close. It's that close to getting it or missing it. I just can't believe it. So Zoast Upper Norfair elevator was at about 48.21, maybe 20.
Yes,
so
about 40 seconds.
That is still so tight. Like,
yeah,
that is really close.
So it's getting a little hung up here into Crumble Tower, but gets the missile, gets the important part, does not take the plunge.
Phew. Can take a deep breath after that one. Zeni now down into Norfair. OatsnGoats exiting Crade's warehouse now. Behemoth just no mussing around, no muss, no fuss, just space jumping up the lava into Lower Norfair elevator.
Yeah, and that speedball here from Zoast into the gap to set up a down grab to get maximum run speed in here for his Lower Norfair entry. I saw him working on that recently, and beautifully done. As Behemoth goes for sort of a classic strat here. Classic Hundo gets it perfectly. It's going to go for a nice clip here for the quick grab. Lovely.
Oh my goodness. Just absolutely spectacular display of skill we're seeing today.
Yeah, we'll see if Zeni is able to get quick entry here. It looks good so far, and nice D-boost there from Behemoth. This is one where he's not going to want to miss this, so we're going to be sure. Okay, he makes it across, stops to be sure he made it across, then grabs the missile.
Oh man, that's been certain runners' bugaboo for sure, is those darn crumble blocks at GT missiles. So we're glad to see. We're going to get 4 for 4 on that, Maniacal. We're throwing the commentary curse out the window.
Yeah, we're seeing some strat divergence here from Behemoth. You may or may not have noticed that he's not using angle down. Sometimes he'll manually get the angle down, but no angle down means no crouching and aiming up for Behemoth, and so he has a little bit of a different GT fight, but doing it nicely. Zoast also does not get hecked by the crumble blocks, and hopefully our other runners are good with that too.
Absolutely, Maniacal. Love to see that spring ball jump to get those GT missiles. How about OatsnGoats now setting up, keeping that speed? Oh, bonked the door a little bit. Gonna have to go for a backup here. Just quickly space jumps across. Drops that power bomb in the acid. Ooh, gonna have to light up another one. Zeni, though, already passed going into GT missiles. Very well executed.
Yeah, and Behemoth and Zoast now each with the screw attack. This is sort of the final piece of movement tech that the runners are going to get, other than, I guess, grappling beam, which they're not going to use for movement, and X-ray, which can only stop your movement. But now that they have the screw attack, some awesome strats are going to be available to them as they just plow through these rooms. The back end of Hundo is just all movement based, and so we're going to see premier Super Metroid quality crisp movement from all of our runners through Lower Norfair, through the rest of the game.
No doubt about that, Maniacal. Did you witness that worst room in the game from Zoast after getting fast pillars as well? Just absolutely lighting the world on fire with his movement right now is Zoast. ShinyZeni and Oats, though, still looking excellent as they continue. Looks like Zeni's got fast pillars. But OatsnGoats grabbing his screw attack item, and now completely overpowered.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Behemoth already at power bombs of shame. Zoast laying that power bomb, canceling a little bit of lag again, using those early power bombs, which are now just power bombs that everyone has, to full effect.
Right on, right on. Just you talked about nuances and little optimizations. How about that? Dropping a power bomb just to decrease the lag a little bit more. OatsnGoats, though, with the fast pillars spark into worst room in the game. This is just phenomenal. Phenomenal speedrunning and a phenomenal race.
Yeah, Behemoth already dropping into Ridley, setting up to get this early plasma shot. Couldn't tell. It looked like it hit. It looked good. But yeah, I am just enamored with the strats we're seeing. We saw a lovely spring ball flower house from Behemoth, and we'll see if the other runners are able to get it as well. Spring ball is just a grand movement item once you start to get comfortable with moving around in Super Metroid. Kind of sucks that they put it so late in the game.
Isn't that right? You said it, Maniacal. How about that wonderful Metal Pirate setup from Zoast, getting the one cycle on the Metal Pirates, using that charged plasma beam to full effect. ShinyZeni heading down the wasteland, looking for that double K-go, and gets it through the spiky platforms. K going right through him. Let's see his Metal Pirate setup.
Yeah, all runners going for roughly the same strat, and it's a little costly if you miss it, but it's real nice when you hit. And nice grab there at the end of Ridley for Zoast, as Zeni is about to drop into his Ridley fight.
I think Zeni got the spring ball powerhouse, so that was just incredibly fast movement. OatsnGoats into Metal Pirates now. Little high five from Behemoth to OatsnGoats. Oats has got to still fight Ridley. But how about this super counts for these runners? We got 26 on tap for Zeni.
I kind of want to see him use some of them. There they go. I'm gonna say that's an awful lot of supers. We call that too many supers, as he uses those on Ridley.
My goodness,
suboptimal number.
The damage per second Maniacal must be in the billions for Zeni, because that was a very quick Ridley fight.
Yeah, that was an excellent Ridley, and Oats getting a little grabbed here, but is going to clean Ridley up nicely. Ridley sometimes can be a bit of a jerk.
That wasteland from Zoast on his exit, just really unreal spring ball, jumping through the platforms, and then the speed keep into speedball through the blocks. OatsnGoats has defeated Ridley, so he will grab the Ridley E-Tank. Only a few more items left for our runners. Zoast into Firefly.
Yeah, so 4 of 4 on the bosses. On all 4 of our runners, we are 4 for 4 for 4, and on our way to G4. But first, we got to pick up some stuff. But Hockey, why can I not watch 4 screens simultaneously?
I mean, my eyes, Maniacal, are darting back and forth. I can't believe it. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I've been breathing into that bag you handed me at the beginning when I was hyperventilating.
Hockey, if I saw you hyperventilating, I would keep at least 6 feet away from you.
Oh, it's a good thing we're only in the virtual commentary booth. We don't have to be too close. My goodness gracious. Behemoth already exiting lower Norfair. Just got that sneaky missile pack to pick up. Zeni, though, grabbing that Firefly E-Tank. Are we going to see some Hoda Ruby specials? I didn't see it on I should say, Behemoth's screen.
Yeah, see if Zeni gets it here. Looks good. He got the jump into the missile. He got the item pickup. If he gets into the tunnel, he has got himself a Hoda Ruby special. Oh no, that was not special.
Oh no,
that was not what we wanted.
You hate to see it, Maniacal, but Zeni still setting a terrific pace, grabbing that power bomb pack during his lower Norfair escape. OatsnGoats flying up Firefly, but Zoast already exiting Lower Norfair. He's got to pick up those Bubble Mountain items. Reserve tank and missile packs galore. How about Oats here going for it?
Yeah, might have a Hodarubi special here. And he gets it
Woo!
nicely into the morph maze here over to PB's in jail. Lovely from Oast.
1 for 4, except I didn't see Behemoth.
Yeah. I can't even pronounce names anymore. Who put Oats and Zoast in this race? Oh, right, they did, by being really good at this game.
Really good. Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't it be a shame if the commentary were really good?
Oh, this commentary is phenomenal, Maniacal. You have no idea. You have no idea. They're loving it. We got them eating out of our palms.
Also dangerous right now. Don't do that.
It's a metaphor. Oh my goodness. So back to the action here. Behemoth. We still got a croc fight. We still got to go down and get grapple beam. This is... Wow. I just remembered what route I was running. And Zoe's getting trolled by that door, that gate.
But Metal Gamer D-Boost here from Zoast as Behemoth shows off why late croc is just great. You don't have to deal with any swipe RNG.
You know, earlier in chat, I got to give him another shout out. I just love him to death. Sloters27 said in chat, he's like, I think this race is going to come down to croc swipes.
Wow. Behemoth with the spring ball spike suit first try. That is very tricky. You have to push up on the frame after you collide with spikes and then jump. I believe it's exactly 9 frames later for that setup.
9.
But it's basically a double frame perfect trick with a couple different setups. And he nails it, of course. And Zoast as well. Are we going to go 4 for 4? Are we going to do this?
This is positively electric.
I believe some would call this unbelievable.
I saw chat clowning it, memeing on me. I love that word. What else? What other word could you use in any vocabulary to describe this race or this tournament as it has unfolded so far?
I don't have a better one, Hockey. I barely even have English at all.
But the difference between the English you got, you speak the language of Super Metroid speedrunning. Me, I just
We're counting this
yell
as
real loud.
3 for 3.
Oh, what did you say, Monaco? I'm sorry.
We're counting this as 3 for 3 here from Zeni as he gets his spike suit.
Oh my gosh.
And Zoast is going to be showing off something that we just saw from Behemoth. A nice little alternative strat here entering into grapple. I love that strat. It's an early ice exclusive strat. And just lovely. I've been calling everything lovely, but that's because it is.
Exactly. Like it is exactly how you describe it. The adjectives we choose, we speak about these runners and their execution and their strat selection all throughout this incredible run over the 1 hour mark. We have seen them do it all in this race. Hockey. And it has been lovely as advertised and described.
Hockey. We just went 4 for 4. Oh, it's got that spike suit.
I don't believe it! 4 for 4 on spike suits.
So why does that spike suit matter? Is they're going to try and carry that spike suit all the way up to X-Ray to get the X-Ray spark. And if they can do that, that is a major time save. So now I want to see 4 for 4 on the X-Ray sparks. I don't know if anyone's blown their spike suit yet, but I hope not. I hope they've all still got it.
I hope so too. I would love to see 4 for 4 X-Ray Sparks carrying that spike suit all the way from Croc after getting grapple beam, after getting 5 other items that they have to pick up. Just really impressive, electric, spellbinding stuff from these runners as we reach kind of the bittersweet end to what has been a truly astonishing race.
This is, I wouldn't even call it bittersweet. I would just call it delicious. This is the delicious end to this race. As we get some of the coolest stuff coming up, we get X-Ray Spark, potentially. We're going to maybe see some reverse slinky attempts coming up here on the way back through Green Hill Zone. Some of the best strats as we get our first X-Ray Spark here from Behemoth. Nailed it through the door to the other door.
Incredible. Unbelievable. Incredible. Unbelievably incredible. Incredibly unbelievable. Take your pick. Speed Gaming chat. These runners have just put on an incredible display, as we saw Behemoth. And another one from Zoast.
Zoast is closing right now. Zoast is pushing Behemoth. And this is going to come down to it. This is what I wanted.
I mean, the thing about Zoast, he's the quiet professional, the consummate professional in Super Metroid speedrunning. But when you get him, when the chips are down, when everything's on the line, and the timer is ticking away and we're getting closer and closer to the end, he's just licking his chops. He can smell blood, and he's going for it, pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, no reverse slinky here for Behemoth. That's okay. Still very quick reverse Green Hill Zone. And nice short charge speedball here. Hitboxing that side hopper, and he is going to be into his Blue Bryn retro cleanup here. Nor is Zoast going for it. Just gonna go through the less swaggy but very fast way.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's almost like a Green Hill Womple jump. Really nice movement. But yeah, Zoast just gaining so much time. I think it was Kip in chat saying that Zoast has gained 20 seconds since Meridia. That is astonishing. That is incredible.
Yeah, so we're looking at a situation where Behemoth is going to not have a greater than 20-second lead into Torian. And so, Zeni was going for it. He wanted it. Unfortunately, that pillar was too strong. But yeah, we're not going to have a massive lead into Torian, so we are going to see baby skip. We are going to see stand-up glitch with $500 on the line, potentially, unless things really change.
Can't believe it. $500 separating first place from second place. Richest prize pool in Super Metroid tournament history.
And we'll see what Oats goes for here as he is headed up Green Hill Zone. Looks like he's setting up for a reverse slinky attempt. Didn't like where it was, decided to bail. I'll respect it.
Absolutely. Absolutely maniacal. You are absolutely right about that.
And nice speedball also from Oats as he gets his Blue Bryn Star Powerbomb. It's so close to the Morph Ball, you can almost taste it, but you can't get it.
So many beautiful hidden items in this game and interweaving old areas with new areas. Phenomenal game design. And talk about phenomenal shine sparking from Zoast heading down to get those Mother Brain missiles. But Behemoth87 already grabbing those Criterius Supers. Another very well hidden item.
Yeah, and we have one more item for Behemoth to grab. The so-called 230 missiles, because they bring your missile capacity to 230, assuming that you didn't screw something up along the way. And as we've seen, these runners didn't. They did not die to the 1,000 cuts. And Behemoth is having a stellar run. I think that he may have opened things up with Zoast just another, few frames here and there, but he's been playing lights out since grabbing that X-Ray. We've not seen anyone menu to X-Ray yet and get stopped in their tracks, so that's good.
I think that no matter what place these runners come in, I think they can all take great solace in the fact that they absolutely laid it all on the line, went for broke in this race because they had to. This is the top 4 runners right now to ever run this category.
Yeah, this is it. This is your leaderboard 1 through 4. Just going at it. And Behemoth into G4, 1:07:27 roughly.
That's an incredible time. Way to go, Behemoth. We'll see what kind of Torian he has, but Zoast really not far behind at all.
No, Zoast is going to be in, 55, so 28 seconds. So that is what we call within a baby skip, within a stand-up glitch to two approximations. We think of those as half-minute tricks. Maybe not stand-up.
I know if we go back, Maniacal, to the multi-category tournament finals, we saw ShinyZeni execute a faster, more effective stand-up and just sneak away with the W over Zoast. So maybe Zoast, no higher compliment than, picking up some of your competitors' strats. We'll see what kind of stand-up Zoast goes for.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I know Zoast does like to manipulate the baby position to get a slightly faster cutscene. I've seen him doing that lately. Whereas I think Behemoth, I've seen him in his runs not doing that as much, although we'll see what he pushes here. I haven't seen what he does when on pace, so we may find out. We may find out what he goes for.
Did you see that Metroid 2 room from Zoast? Woo! That was spicy. And an equally spicy Metroid 4 room from Behemoth. I should say Metroid 3 room. I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Here it comes. Baby skip number 1.
It.
And he is through cleanly. That is,
oh my gosh, unclenched.
1 for 1. Man, just if you're Behemoth, knowing you've got to execute this baby skip with $500 on the line, the difference between first and second, 1,000 versus $500 US. That is some pressure right there. And nice
no
skip here from Zoast. And he is through.
Woo!
That was a little sketchy.
But he got it. He got it. Maybe not the cleanest baby skip, but a baby skip nonetheless for Zoast. Just, can you believe this, Maniacal?
I think I have to, right? If you see it with your own eyes, you have to believe it. But if you told me,
seeing is believing, believing is seeing. How about the Zeb skip from Zoast going with the spring ball skip?
Nicely done. Behemoth on to
ShinyZeni, are you kidding me?
What? Holy Zeni.
Holy
Zeni laying
Zeni
it
is
out.
right, Maniacal, with the call of a lifetime. Spring ball baby skip into Moonfall outside Mother Brain 1.
Between the insane tricks that we've seen Oats and Zeni pulling off here, I don't know who the people's champ is, but man, this is something else.
Let me just pick, as my jaw clattered uselessly to the floor, let me just reach down and pick it up so we can see these Mother Brain 2 fights from our runners. Will OatsnGoats follow in Zeni's footsteps and go for the spring ball skip?
Sometimes you see comments in the chat and you're like, man, that's a little much. And then you realize it's Zeni's wife and you're like, oh, okay. All right.
OatsnGoats keeping it clean, going with the standard baby skip, well executed. but Behemoth is already into the baby cutscene. Zoast has got the stand-up setup. Zeni has completed Mother Brain 2. This is it, Maniacal. It's like gravity. You just gotta let it pull yourself in. We're almost to the finish line here.
Yeah, we're seeing a nice stand-up here from Behemoth. Being sure baby eats all the onion rings. Very, very important. Zoast is into his stand-up, pumping away damage here into Mother Brain 3. Needs to not get locked to the ground, although at this point you can really fix the mistakes. X-Ray helps a lot. It's the one use of X-Ray in this run, really. Other than making Torian make you use item cancel. But all of our runners in Mother Brain 2 or 3 simultaneously, as we have a head drop there for Behemoth at 112.51, and he'll be into his escape. Can he make it off the planet in 3 minutes or less?
Can he do it, Maniacal? You bet he can.
Yeah, this is obviously Behemoth's race to lose here. But he's going to give us a blue bomber, what we all wanted.
Oh
Happy
my
Halloween.
goodness. The cherry on top of this beautiful Sunday.
I believe it's either Halloween or almost Halloween for him. I'm bad at time zones.
I have no idea.
And Zoast is into his escape as Zeni is about to get that head drop, and Oats is coming up not far behind. Also a lovely blue bomber from Zoast. And Behemoth hits the ship. And the timer continues to run. But GG to Behemoth.
Oh my. GG Behemoth, an incredible run. 114 had to be somewhere in the teens.
Yeah, Zoast is coming through the parlor here. Is going to be making it to the ship. As Zeni is on his escape, and Oats cleaning up Mother Brain. And Zoast with a 114.41.
Oh my goodness. It's just like a wave. The wave just crashes into you. Incredible. As Zeni makes it to the ship. 1:15:07 on his timer. We got one more runner. One more runner, Maniacal. OatsnGoats. Into his escape. Take us home, Maniacal.
Well,
Give us that blue bomber.
let's see if Oats gives it to us. Here it is. Oats giving it to us right
Oh,
there.
let's go!
We got the old 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
It's old hat at this point. These guys are too good. And Zeni has hit the ship and escaped. We got that 1:15:07. And Oats is coming up parlor not far behind. This has been a marvelous, marvelous race. Massive GGs and massive prize pool to all of our runners. We will see if any of them decide to come in and chat. I hope they do.
That'll do it for OatsnGoats. 1:16:21. GG's to OatsnGoats. GG's to ShinyZeni. GG's to Zoast. And GG's to Behemoth87.
Yes, GG's all around to everyone. That was wonderful. And we had a little bit of an internet hiccup, as Behemoth is wont to do, and had some trouble with getting him recorded there. But he did win this one. We will get it corrected.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think we're going to get all these guys in here to chat. That was just awesome.
Just incredible. Absolutely maniacal. Couldn't have asked for a better race. I couldn't have asked for a better co-commentator, maniacal. We really got ourselves a real treat, a real honor and a privilege to call this one. Now we just got to bring in all four of this gaggle of goons into the commentary booth for an interview.
How do you gag a lagoon, Hockey?
We're about to find out, maniacal.
Yeah, it seems like all the runners want to come in, and Hockey, it's been a pleasure to call with you, of course, but it was just way too easy with all four of these guys putting up these performances.
Right. Oh, they get another trick, and he gets another trick, and another trick. He nails that strat, nails that strat. 4 for 4, maniacal. 4 for 4.
Yeah, we're going to get 4 for 400% here. Behemoth is confirmed. And looks like we have Zeni joining us, the first of our runners to make it to the interview, the third of our runners to finish. GG, Zeni. Congratulations, dude. Lovely baby skip.
Thank you. Nice opening there. Yeah, this run, I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, because I'm very disappointed in myself. But I feel like despite everything that happened in the first half, I kind of pulled it together in the second half, and I got to give myself credit for that, because I was tilted very hard midway through. So
yeah, it looked like you and Zoast showed a little bit of cracks around the edge, but just watching you guys cobble it back together room by room and persevere in this, one shot, one kill environment, knowing what was on the line, man, it was impressive, and just huge props to you on getting it done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Zeni, an incredible tournament, a phenomenal run. I know you said you were super tilted, but we thought you just had ice water in your veins. Really impressive stuff from start to finish. And now we're joined by winner of the grand finals, first place finisher Behemoth87, as well as coming in fourth place, OatsnGoats. GG's to you both on an incredible tournament.
Thanks.
Yeah, GG Oats, GG Behemoth. Lovely, awesome, fantastic runs.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about. I wouldn't say fantastic, but yeah, it was something.
Well, we were certainly impressed from start to finish with all four of our runners. Oats, you looked super sharp. I had a little bit of a stumble there with Craig Quickkill, but overall, really impressive stuff. Nailing all those major strats. So GG's on a really nice race and a really great tournament.
Yeah, I mean, nailing that spark out the back of Gauntlet, man. Chat loved it. It was
nuts,
great to see
absolutely.
you just crush it.
Yeah, I think even though I missed Quick Kill and my Fantoon, I was having an issue with tacky thumbs, and I kept double tapping. I kept fat fingering jump and shoot, and that was really throwing me off until I got my talcum powder out, and then greased her up a little. But that seemed to help. But yeah, I'm all in all, with everything said and done, I think I nailed all of my sex masters. So.
Oh, he said it. SpeedGaming.
I wouldn't know what that is, but it was good that you got it lubed up and smooth.
This is a family-friendly stream. I'm going to need you to take a step back and
It's
reevaluate.
it's time these kids learn. All right, you have to be 13 to be on Twitch. All right. But yeah, that was a good race, good tournament, a lot of fun. and you guys did awesome. Congrats to Behemoth. I believe he did finish, right?
Yeah,
I wasn't
think it
watching
was
the stream, but
1:14:07 is I
Okay.
think what we've got it at.
well, awesome. Yeah, good times, everybody.
No doubt about it. The Super Metroid community is so competitive, but so gracious too, whether it's in victory or defeat. Very awesome community, and amazing to me is that the richest prize pool in any tournament history was 100% donations, no sponsors. I just think that's incredible. It just it's a statement. It's a statement about this community.
Yeah, thanks to everyone that's contributed to the prize pool. That is a huge incentive, and that really gets these tournaments going, and it makes them really exciting. So thanks everyone who contributed.
You said it, Oats. And now joining us, second place finisher in the Super Metroid 100% Item Collection Tournament 2020 edition is Zoast. GG's to you, Zoast.
Thank you. I'm happy with the run, but I'm also like really freaking frustrated because the bosses were just like amazingly bad in that run.
Hey, I got your Fantoon beat, man.
Do
Guaranteed.
What do you
But
do?
did you get a
Rounds.
rare pattern?
5 rounds.
5
Okay.
rounds. Dang.
Well, yeah, I got a fat because I jumped on the second round or the first round because I fat fingered my jump and shoot. How I missed quick kill too. But yeah, there were some shaky spots for sure. I didn't have you guys' stream up, but I'll have to rewatch it and see.
Yeah, the closest thing we had to a good Fantoon, I think, was a slow off Behemoth.
Okay, well, we all got pretty average Fantoon patterns then. Sounds
it was
right.
A typical high stakes Super Metroid race, a 4-way race with Fantoon patterns to suit.
There's something weird, like, so I got a mid left. I swear Fantoon gives those weird patterns more on these big races.
Dude, I popped off hard at that mid left.
What?
I was like, is he good? He's got the left slow. Oh no, it could be a mid left. Oh my god.
A rare mid.
If you watch it back, we were popping off about the mid left.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. We're popping. All 4 of you just put on such a display of skill, talent, determination, devotion to this game. We were popping off constantly, seeing all you made. It was a commentator's dream because you guys just execute so well. I know that you guys wouldn't be as good as speedrunners as you were if you weren't so exacting and so critical of your own runs, but like as a commentator and a viewer, as a spectator, I mean, it was theatrical. It was absolute theater.
Good. That's what you want to see is a good. I hope everybody enjoyed the race. That's one of the main things.
Hockey, I'm gonna watch the race back, and if I'm any less disappointed than I am right now, then I will give you $1. Right?
If you're any less disappointed than you
if I'm
are,
any less disappointed, because you're making it sound like it's super awesome. So
it was
what?
that
I
it was
think we're,
super awesome.
That's trendy, but I think it's going to be worth your 100 pennies.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you just won. How much did you win? You just won 300 times 100. Maniacal, I'm not a math guy. What is that?
I don't remember what the payouts are. So.
Math.
It's a lot of pennies, Zenny.
In all seriousness, that's good to hear that it was a good display, because I think all of us are feeling on some level like pretty disappointed in our runs. Yeah. I know that we've all been like super hot lately in at least some of our runs. You know, I know Zoast is super close to 113, and Oats deserves a PB like 7 runs ago, and I almost got another 113 last night, and Behemoth just got world record the other day. So like, I feel like we're all probably in a place right now where it's easy to be disappointed instead of like just being happy about what went well, you know?
So, but like Hockey said, we're speedrunners. We're so numb to it all, and we've played thousands of hours. But from a spectator's perspective, it's probably really awesome and a huge display of skill, which we are just so numb to. It's like we expect to play at the highest level, but like Hockey said, I just hope it was a good display, and some of us might be disappointed with our runs, but at the end of the day, I'm glad that this was put on, and yeah, thanks for racing, guys. And yeah, it was fun.
I couldn't put it any better than Oats just did, so thank you for that, dude. That was just perfect, because from a commentator perspective, and I know from chat's perspective as viewers, that race was just wire to wire, an absolute blast, and a perfect and fitting show to really emphasize just how much energy and hype was put into this tournament by, you know, the donations that brought this prize pool together, got the interest, got you guys all practicing so hard and just balling out here. And I know you've had better runs in practice and everything, but it was just a joy to watch, because each mistake was countered by just fantastic execution in the next room.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Maniacal.
Yeah. Well, thanks for commentating, guys. And once again, thanks Zoast, Behemoth, and Zeni. It was a lot of fun, guys.
Thanks, Oats.
Always.
Huge GG Oats. Thank you, and congrats on a fourth place finish in the tournament, man. That was just awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
GG Oats.
Behemoth, you're here, right?
I see him.
He's
haven't
here,
heard him.
but is he? I'm waiting for the VHS tape.
Hang on.
I
I think I'm gonna push
hey.
the talk.
GG's Behemoth.
Yo,
I think
guys,
it's hang
thanks.
on.
Sorry. I was on push to talk, sorry.
Have you been
Oh,
saying
gosh.
something?
I'm so sorry.
Is anybody responding to me? Why is everybody ignoring me? I just won this. I deserve some recognition. Come on,
What
guys.
kind of meme, guys? I came in first, and now you're all ignoring me.
I've been listening mostly. I haven't said a lot actually anyway, so it's all good.
Fill us
How are you
in,
feeling,
Behemoth.
man?
I feel good.
Yeah, how are you
honestly.
feeling about it?
Well, the run itself, I mean, it went really well, and then Fantoon did what he does best, and it tilted me to no end. Slow. But now I've obviously learned that everyone had a bad Fantoon, so it made me feel a little bit better. But no, the run after that up to LN was really good, and then I guess I got nervous, and then I was choking a little bit, doing really like mundane things, and I was starting to like wonder if maybe Zoast or Zeni was catching up at that point. I was getting quite nervous towards the end, towards G4. So that's how the run went for me.
Well, no doubt about it, Behemoth. I mean, Zoast was definitely closing pretty fast. I think he narrowed the gap. Maniacal, what was it, 20 seconds? And then, like, I think it was 28 seconds at G4. Wow.
Yeah, it was down to with around 25 or 26 seconds at X-Ray. You opened it up a little bit more in Retro Cleanup, but I think it was 28 or 29 at G4.
Right.
In a 100% speed run like this, I mean, that is razor thin, just such a close race.
And because I don't watch the restream, like I don't have a clue where anybody is, so I have to assume that everyone's on their A game, and every mistake counts. So I just have to play it my best.
No question about it, Behemoth. No question about it. But it was multiple lead changes, but you definitely blazed the trail. I don't think once you got first, I don't think you gave it up for the rest of the run. So GG on a really, really impressive run.
Thank you.
Zeni, you're muted. I want you back in here. You're not getting off the hook, Zeni.
I'm still here.
Come back.
I got my hotkey to unmute. I just, don't want to put some weird like background noise into other people talking. That's all.
Oh my goodness. Well, Zeni, once again, on a personal note, I'm glad again that I got to commentate another one of your races. It's a real honor to finally be able to. And of course, it's an honor, a privilege to be a part of such an amazing community and to be able to commentate races like this. I mean, it's, like I said during the run, if you watch it back, it's gonna this race is gonna live in infamy. There's no doubt about that.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh, everybody run! The organizers are here. Wait a minute, Maniacal, you're an organizer too. This whole time, I forgot.
I'm a disorganizer. I don't know what you're talking about, Hockey.
A disorganizer.
But no, really, this was just such a great race. And so just because we assumed that everybody who was here was already supporting these guys, go to their individual channels, follow them, send them love, send them subs, gift subs their communities, just give them all the dollars. Just show them support. They're all awesome, all great streamers, and just put on an awesome show.
No doubt about it, Maniacal. But yeah, we can welcome in now tournament organizer Kip. What's going on, Kip?
Hey, Hockey, Maniacal, and Racers. That was a fantastic race. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kip.
Thank you, Kip.
Yeah, so Kip, this tournament, I know I spent some time talking to you before we got it all put together, but I can tell you that personally, this exceeded my greatest hopes for how good this tournament could be, and I just thank you for all of your efforts in organizing this, man. It was just a blast, wire to wire.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, to be honest with you, this was actually quite difficult to organize. 100% is a great category, but of all the categories that we've had in a lot of our tournaments, this one can sometimes be the least compelling to race, simply because there are a lot of times where the distance between the two runners can be very, very wide. But after a ton of discussion about how we could make this a really fun thing for everybody, I was really pleased with what we came up with for the qualifying process, which I think everybody enjoyed. And then in particular, the one big thing I was very adamant about was, if possible, we've currently got a lot of our absolute best runners running this category and operating at an extremely high level. It would be awesome if we could get the final four into one race. And I got to be honest with you, I could not be happier. So I just want to personally thank Behemoth and Zoast and Zeni and Oats, because without them being willing to work together and get the schedule down, this wouldn't be possible. And it was really, really a special thing to see tonight.
No question about it, Kip. That qualifying format, kind of the heats. You run a different heat. 4 rounds, 8 possible races. It was awesome. It was awesome to see. Heck, you even dragged me back into this game. I was Le Lantern Rouge, the Red Lantern, coming in dead last in qualifiers, but I had a blast doing it. So, shameless plug maybe, but I'm never going to be a trailblazer or a speedrun superstar like these runners. And we can also now welcome in tournament organizer Tracy M. What's going on, Tracy?
Hey, Hockey. Hey, everybody. First of all, congratulations to Behemoth. Big congratulations. Thank you for running. And I know, Zoast, you came in a little bit late when I know you had said the money was a big factor, and we're so glad we got you in here. Also, OatsnZeni. Just such a great tournament, great setup. And I'm going to give a lot of shout outs to Kip here, because around, what was it, July or August? I don't recall exactly when, but Kip started floating the idea of having this quick little tournament, and we had, he had some sponsors lined up, and we're like, okay, so what are we gonna do? And we settled on Hundo, and then the sponsors disappeared. But then a bunch of us decided, you know what? Let's just get some money in there anyway, and just make sure to make this a real hype tournament. And I know I put in some money, and Kip put in some money, and I believe even Zeni put in some money. But the fact that we got so many people and got so much for this, just such a great thing to have done. So
yeah, that's one thing I really wanted to point out was there's so many people to thank at the end of this tournament, because not only do we want a special thank you for our 4 top runners for making this super hype, but also just everybody who participated. But the organizers, I can really tell y'all put in a lot of work behind the scenes, and everybody on the SG, admin team. There's just so many people that come together to make these things possible, and our community really stepped up. I had several people contact me after the multi-category tournament wanting more Super Metroid tournament content, which I totally agree with, and a lot of them were willing to donate to have a prize pool, which, let's be honest, it's not 100% about the money. We've always said that that's not the primary driver, but at the same time, I love the fact that our best performers get a chance to compete for money to reward them for their efforts. I think that's really awesome. And so a lot of people stepped up to donate. We had one sponsor kind of lined up, that I thought we could use without any community, extra community support, but that kind of fell through. But it really didn't matter because we ended up with way more money than we would have otherwise.
I know, funny how that worked out.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just really happy. A lot of work went into this, but for a 100% tournament, I really don't think it could have been better. I'm very, very pleased, especially after how great our multi-category tournament was. It would have been hard to sort of equal or top that, but I think we did something very special here. So I just really want to thank everybody.
I really think we hit upon a good format for single category tournaments with the qualifiers into a 48-person bracket. So I mean, we'll all of course go back and do feedback forms and all that kind of stuff. But I could see doing this for any single category. I could see doing a setup like this. So
definitely, Tracy, Kip, I echo your sentiments. It's gotten a couple tournaments under my belt, and they just get better and better and better. The competition gets stiffer, the races get closer, and you just see chat going wild. You hear me and Maniacal, or we had some amazing first-time commentators on this tournament. They carried the burden from start to finish. I mean, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, sign up for one race a week, and I'm like, there's no races to sign up for. These guys got it. They got it under control, and you love to see that, because it's like, I'm in the finals with Maniacal. I feel like we did a phenomenal job too. Not to take anything away from the runners, but commentary's my niche for sure. But it's like, it's awesome to see people interested in it, and to see them continue to sign up and to hone their craft. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, not just from a speedrunning standpoint, but also from a commentating standpoint.
I agree. And before we kind of wrap this up, I do have to ask the runners who are still here, if they are here, I have a question for you guys. First of all, I'd like to point out that I love all three of these guys that are still here. I love Oats too. I consider them all friends, but I do need to rib them just a little bit. Quick question. Which event was more unlikely in this four-way race? A rare second round mid pattern from Fantoon, or B, Behemoth's 2-round slow with an extra going off the screen being the fastest Fantoon kill?
Oh,
I think the rare pattern.
Well, Fantoon
to be honest,
to give his slows. It is the most common pattern, so I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say the rare mid was definitely less likely there.
Dang.
But
Agreed. Well, I know for me, like, the fact that there was that money on the line made me more nervous. So I don't know if everybody else is the same way, but I don't know, races, it's not that uncommon for Fantoon to go crazy and for people to make mistakes. So I think that 0.4% or whatever it is probably less likely.
Yeah, and one thing I tell people all the time, and I'm being very sincere about this, is in a way, I feel like you guys are a victim of your own success. And what I mean by that is people watch y'all a lot, and they get so accustomed to such a high level of play that even just the tiniest, mistake or something unfortunate happening with RNG or something, people are like surprised to see it, because basically y'all play at like the highest level possible. And so I try to tell people all the time, like, y'all, I don't think you understand, like in a one race scenario, even with the best players in the world, there's all kinds of crazy things that can happen. And I think we saw that tonight. But yeah, I just really, before I'm going to close with this, I just really want to thank the organizers again. Behind the scenes, everybody contributes, and we have a lot of, spirited debate back and forth, because we all care about the primary thing being we want the best thing possible to win. We want the best idea to win. And so we know we won't get there unless we have a lot of back and forth and working things out. And then again, this literally would not be as big or as hype as it is without our runners tonight. They are the driving force for a lot of what happens in our community. And so I just want to say I appreciate y'all's hard work. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, and I actually going to shout out some of the other organizers, because I mean, they aren't as visible as like, because I do a lot of the commentary. Kip also does commentary. But we got Belstar behind the scenes, is constantly setting up race rooms. We got Diddy Kong, who's constantly who I believe is doing all the VODs and making sure that everything's highlighted. We also have Kekum and Shoy, who's floaters. and Farrell, who always does a great job with the spreadsheet, and Little Dingus. So make sure all the organizers get shout out. Also wanted to shout out the SG people. Without them, we wouldn't have this. So we got, Adirondack Rook, great as always, making sure that all the channel, everything's scheduled. Of course, Feasel goes without saying. Minding me doing the setup today, always very helpful. So yeah, I can't say enough about the Speed Gaming people. So I just want to make sure that everybody that deserves a shout out gets one.
Absolutely, Tracy. It's the unsung heroes of SG. So much behind the scenes efforts that goes into broadcasting this across the globe on the Twitch platform. It's really incredible how seamless and easy and automated and everything that they make it for commentator, for racer, for organizer. It's just really phenomenal stuff. It's a vital resource for not just the Super Metroid community, but many speedrun communities.
Yeah, absolutely. Just big thanks to Speed Gaming for being a platform supportive of getting this tournament off the ground, and to everyone who has been enjoying it so much for the past month or so that it's been going on. This one went by in a flash, which was kind of by design, but it was just it was a ride. I'm so glad that we got to feature 100% Super Metroid for the first time really since winter 2016-17, which was sort of right about when I was coming into the community, and I just missed the end of the last Hundo tournament, and I love this category, and just getting to enjoy a whole tournament of everyone giving it their best was just great.
No doubt about it, Maniacal. No doubt about it. So what do you think, runners? You headed to the finish line, you snapped the tape clean across your chest, and the tournament's wrapped up. What are your closing remarks?
I just want to thank Zoast and Behemoth for participating. It's definitely a big deal to me to be able to play with these guys that I've loved watching for so many years. And same with Oats. It's too bad he had to drop off, but really, like, on a personal level, I never really thought that I would be here doing these types of races. I know I've said that before, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but none of them had to even sign up for this. Obviously the money was a big incentive, but even beyond that, I'm just really grateful that we all had the opportunity to participate in this tournament. 100% is my favorite category, and looking back on the tournament as a whole, it far exceeded any of my greatest expectations for it. So
well put, Zeni, and
Well said.
Just excellent job in this tournament. You absolutely have earned your place in this race and among these racers. It's fantastic getting to watch you run.
Absolutely. Zoast.
Yep. Thanks everybody organized, and thanks to the commentators, of course. Thanks for people who gave to the prize pool. That's really awesome to see. Thanks for everybody for pushing me to be a better player, for helping me to learning strats and everything. I do appreciate it. Everybody's help and everybody posting strats, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that new plasma room was just awesome to see all of you guys going for, and just seeing that stuff pop up over the course of the tournament was really cool.
Shout outs to our community for being awesome.
Truly. First place and winner of the tournament, Behemoth87. Any closing remarks?
Yeah, I'd just like to echo the sentiments of Zoast and Zeni. Thanks to Zeni and Kip for organising this tournament. It's an honour to race you guys at the end, and you're very much worthy competitors for me. I've definitely had a very nervous day thinking about it, and thank you to everybody that donated at the beginning. It means a lot. I didn't actually know that there would be a prize pool at the end when I started this tournament, but that just made it, all the more nicer to get involved with this. And I couldn't be more thankful. So, and well done to the commentators as well, because I know that's a really tough job, and I certainly couldn't do it. And I'm going to enjoy watching it back later on. So,
yeah, congrats, Behemoth, and yeah, I mean, just savor that win, man. You earned it, and it was awesome seeing you just within the past couple days even shaving seconds off that world record. I'm sure that 112 is waiting in the wings, man.
Maybe long way off, but we'll see.
You flatter us, Behemoth. One thing I've always been impressed with the top level runners of Super Metroid is their humility, their graciousness, and victory and defeat. So thank you all so much for an amazing tournament. But Maniacal, I just got news. This just in, we're gonna bring Tracy back to tell us all about the Super Metroid tournament action starting next Saturday. Tracy.
Yeah, so most of you know the SG Live is coming up. We have 3 tournaments going on for Super Metroid. We have a randomizer tournament, a any percent tournament, and a double anti-bingo tournament, all coming up. And don't know how much of it's going to get restreamed. We're hoping to get a lot of it restreamed, and definitely looking forward to that. And some of the people here are participating. I know Zoast and Zeni are participating. I forget, Zeni, whether you're participating in the any percent, but I know you're in the rando, and Zoast also in both any percent and rando. Maniacal also in the randomizer tournament, and I think Kip is actually participating in all 3. So Kip and I have been working behind the scenes with the SG people for the past couple months, trying to get all this ready to go, and really looking forward to this. I'm also going to take this opportunity because we do have a list on the tournament Discord. I do want to list all the donors just to make sure they get their names out there. We have Surian79, Jim Beam, Diablo, Bizen, Vincent RTA, Crustacean7, ShinyZeni, myself, Maniacal482, Kip, and one anonymous donator, so who just doesn't want to be known, which is fine. But definitely a big thank you to all those people for donating and making this such a great tournament.
Absolutely, Tracy. Well, you know what, Maniacal? I'm bushed. I'm out of words. Everything that everybody has said, I echo their sentiments. So, Maniacal, you got to take us out, man. It's been an absolute pleasure, privilege, honor to share the booth with you for this grand finals. It was incredible.
Hockey, it has been an unbelievable time, and I look forward to future endeavors in Super Metroid tournaments. But until then, we'll see y'all next mission.